So in today's video we are doing a deep dive of the whole car crash surrounding Katie Price and Leigh Andrews. This is a topic that I am very invested in. I don't know why. Please don't ask why, because I know there's going to be so many people being like, why do you like her? I just do. I think she's an amazing personality. She don't give a shit. She's genuine. Yes, she does things that lead to scandals, but that's part of her job. It's who she is. She's a personality. She's a TV personality. She's a public figure, so to speak. Okay? So Katie Price was a glamour model in the 90s. She was very successful, actually. She then went on to marry Peter Andre, who is an English-born but Australian-raised singer, songwriter, performer. I'm sure you know who he is. If not, he sang the infamous Mysterious Girl and Flavour. Katie and Peter got married in 2005 and divorced in 2009. They have 2 children together, and Katie has 3 other children with other men. Her children are Harvey, who was born in 2002, Junior, who was born in 2005, Princess, born in 2007, Jet, born in 2013, and Bunny, born in 2014. Katie Price and Peter Andre met in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in 2004, and it was love at first sight, as we know. They then got married a year later and divorced 4 years later. Throughout Katie's career, she has been engaged a total of 8 times, I think, and married 3. Now, obviously, everybody's different. Everybody's approach to marriage is different. But me personally, I think that is just so excessive. There's no need for that, in my opinion. I don't know if it's just because with me, I take relationships and things like that very, very seriously. I don't feel like it's something to just... You know, engagement isn't something to just throw at someone willy-nilly. And I'm also in the mindset that if I was to get married and divorced, I feel like after the second marriage, I'd just leave it there. What's the point, kind of thing? Obviously, that's me being pessimistic, but I feel if, you know, you're rushing into it that much, you obviously, you know, be a better judge of character, is all I'm saying. Or try to be. Do your research. Do some background checks. So across the last couple of decades, really, Katie has had many different TV series kind of broadcasting her life and her children's lives. And they have been successful. People in the UK definitely like to watch them, otherwise she wouldn't have a platform. I'm not sure how popular she is in other parts of the world, you'll have to let me know. But just, I'm very intrigued by her. She really fascinates me, and I just love her personality. I think she's so authentic. I know first impressions of her from most people aren't great. Over the years, over the last few years specifically, she has had a lot of backlash for the way she looks. She's had a lot of hate comments and people being just unnecessarily inhumane to her, which obviously is going to have an effect on her mental health, which then leads to her having these procedures to try and rectify things, to try and sort things, to try and fix things. But she's beautiful. She's always been beautiful. And I'm still going to call her beautiful, despite the procedures that she's had and the work that she's had going too far, because she's still a beautiful person. She's trying her best, and naturally, if you're getting all these hate comments, you're not going to be able to see yourself the way you are. All you're going to hear in your head is the comments of these nasty people. So let's just give her a break on her looks. So between 2004 and 2009, Katie Price and Peter Andre had their own TV series called Katie and Peter. Following the divorce from 2009 till 2012, it was just called Katie. She also had another series called Signed by Katie in 2011, and then in 2017 to 2020 she went on to have another series called Katie Price, My Crazy Life. Followed by the most recent one, Katie Price's Mucky Mansion, which was from 2022 to 2023. But for today's video we are focusing on Leigh Andrews and just the shit show that has followed. I, for one, am very, very, very intuitive. So when I first saw that Katie and Leigh were together, something was wrong. Something in my mind was saying this is not right. These two aren't together. These two don't look like they're together. Something different is happening behind the scenes to what they are letting the public see. And it all started in January. This is a little bit confusing, so I'm going to try and simplify it the best I can. But Katie was with a man called JJ Slater. I believe he was on Love Island. So she was with him. She was with him for a good amount of time. They separated, and within a week, Katie and Lee had announced that they were seeing each other. But not only seeing each other. She separates from her boyfriend JJ Slater, and within days she has met Lee Andrews from social media. After just a very short online introduction, which first, before we even get into any of the details, I just want to say that is really dangerous, in my opinion. Please be so safe when you are meeting people online. You don't know who they are. They could be murderers, okay? They could be planning mass murder. They could be PDFs. It could be literally anyone, we don't know. That's why we have precautions. That's why we take precautions. That's why we let people know where we're going before we go out meeting someone for the first time. That is why ideally you'd take someone with you. Something. Just be safe. That is just my PSA for everybody, because too much is going on right now. So mid-January is when it all kind of happens. So this is just a week after they'd got together, and they are already married. Yeah. Lee had proposed to Katie 24 hours earlier. Fast forward that 24 hours and they are married in Dubai. Bear in mind, this man could be anybody. Absolutely anybody, as we will come to find. He could be a murderer. He could be looking to sell your organs. He could be a PDF, like I've said. He could be a con man and wanting to take all your money. The money that you should be prioritising for your disabled child and all your other children and your house and your bills and yourself. This romantic proposal that he did was tacky. If I was to describe it, from my personal opinion, I would describe it as tacky. And if somebody dared to propose to me with that kind of show, I would die. I would feel so much embarrassment, and also second-hand embarrassment for them doing that. That's probably a really nasty thing to say, I'm sorry, but it's just how I feel. Like, it makes me cringe. Things like that often do, but specifically this one, because what? You've only known her less than a week and you're doing all this? Like she's the love of your life and you know she is? Something's afoot. So following this proposal and the, ultimate marriage that came from that is just a load of people saying there's something not right. There were so many people commenting on the fact that Lee looks like he is AI. Not using AI, he looks like he is AI. Not real. Now, of course, Katie has met him, so that isn't the case. He is a real person, but he looks a lot different in real life to the photos that he posts. And yes, we're all guilty of it in one way or another. We're not going to post photos of ourselves that look bad, but this is completely different, and I'm going to show you. So as you can see from the photos here, totally different. The photos that he posts on his social media are nothing like how he looks in real life. Yes, as I've said before, we all are guilty of doing something to his photos every now and then when we need it. But making out like you are this younger version of yourself and, let's be honest, more attractive version of yourself is sinister, in my opinion. I feel like if you are willing to alter your appearance to that extent and have no kind of... you got no conscience over it, that is really weird, because people, of course, are going to see you in real life and be like, well, that's not you. That's clearly AI or massively, heavily edited. Why do this to yourself? This is just the tip of the iceberg, but people are going to see that you're doing that and think, what else are you capable of? What else are you trying to trick people with? So following the marriage, Katie returned to the UK, leaving Lee in Dubai. I forgot to mention, but Lee actually does live in Dubai. He is supposed to be he is a multi-millionaire, honey. A billionaire, is he? He's got a multi-million pound, dollar, whatever the currency is in Dubai, home. He does not live with his dad. He's got all these businesses and he's very successful and just an angel. Up to no bad behaviour. No tricks. So during February and March, after Katie had returned to the UK, leaving Lee in Dubai, that is when all of Lee's former ex-girlfriends, ex-fiancés, came forward with some very interesting information. These exes of his have all accused him of running investment fraud schemes. Oh well, that's something, isn't it? They've also accused him of faking his wealthy lifestyle and using AI to generate photos of him with Elon Musk, Kim Kardashian. Personally, I don't know why you'd do that. If I was going to AI generate a photo of me with somebody, it would be someone iconic, not Elon Musk or Kim Kardashian. They can both do one. So I am back a little bit later. I don't know what happened then. Not to sound dramatic, but it honestly felt like a heart attack. I don't know if it were anxiety. I don't know what it was. Really bad chest pains. Really bad heart pain. I definitely need to book a doctor's appointment and get it checked out because I seem to have issues with my heart. But moving on. So obviously Lee Andrews has a few exes, and I am just going to read you one of the news articles that I have found regarding a past relationship of Lee's. It is one of his past girlfriends, spilling the tea, so to speak. So this news article is from metro.co.uk. So as you can see, this is Lee with his ex, who is giving the details in this article. Lee Andrews' ex-girlfriend has detailed the worrying lengths he went to in order to lie during their relationship. Alana Percival, who dated Katie Price's now husband for 9 months before his marriage to the TV star, claimed the businessman told her he was dying and that he would leave his fortune to her. This is the same fortune that nobody knows about, nobody's seen any evidence of. You know, a billionaire who won't show his house to his wife. Something ain't right there. The claims come after Katie's fears that she may never hear from her elusive husband again after he absconded in Dubai, ghosting her for almost a week. Alana has now shared a warning to Katie detailing the elaborate scams she alleges to have experienced in the time she was with Lee. Speaking on the Block, Delete Move On podcast, Alana says she met Lee through Facebook last March before he proposed 6 months later at Dubai's Burj Al Arab Hotel in an identical manner to how he got down on one knee to Katie. She started to suspect all was not as it seemed when Lee refused to invite her to his house. You've proposed to the woman and she hasn't even seen your house yet. Again, I don't know if it's just me and my mindset when it comes to relationships and marriage, but what the fuck is going on there? You cannot seriously be getting engaged to someone and you haven't even seen the house. They could live like slobs or anything. You don't know. You've got to see how people live before you marry them. No? Is it just me? Instead, the pair regularly spent time at hotels in Dubai as well as Lee's father's property. Alana said he kept saying, "I don't want to take you to my house just yet. I live on the Palm in this massive house, but the thing is, I don't want to show you what I have until I trust there's an actual connection." Things became even more sinister, she claims, after Lee said he was dying. Oh yeah. Just hold on to that thought for a second. This man told his wife-to-be that he was dying. Sorry, babe, you can't come see my house right now. I'm dying. Again, the stupidity is in full force. The stupidity is in full force. Oh yeah, it is. The pair moved in together, with Alana being under the impression that her husband-to-be was seriously unwell. Lee told her he had travelled to Bali to see some of the top heart specialists in the world, as well as Shaolin monks, before telling her, I'm on borrowed time and I'm dying. I cannot. Okay, I cannot. What do you mean? So, you're dying, but you've somehow managed to get from Dubai to Bali to see the top heart specialists in the world. And then you've gone to see Shaolin monks. Is that right? Is that right? It baffles me and honestly just blows my mind how some men think that people are so stupid that they're going to believe this. You, Lee Andrews, make my skin crawl. Alana says the so-called doctor told her he had something wrong with his heart valve and could only get 70% of the oxygen he needed. She claims Lee told her, I'm going to go to this monk place. You won't see me when you get back to Dubai. You can have the flat. It's all for you. The flat? Hold on. Because I thought this man said he had a multi-million dollar, whatever the currency is, home. Not a flat. I mean, I'm sure you can get, you know, million pound flats if you really, you know, looked for it. But Lee, something's not right here, honey. I was just testing you because I wanted to leave my money with someone and I wanted to make sure that you were genuine. I want to leave you with everything because I want you to have a good life. So let's just say this is real. Let's just say he is a billionaire and he has this massive, beautiful, multi-million pound, dollar, whatever the currency, home. And he was dying. Let's just go with that for a second. Do you think it's likely that a man is going to give a woman he has only known for 9 months everything over his dad? Surely, if he was dying, he would leave it to his dad or a relative, not somebody he has only known and been with for 9 months. But that's just my opinion. Weird. Alana also claims that Lee, who has previously claimed he's a billionaire friend of Elon Musk, I'm going to need Elon Musk to confirm or deny this, because I find that very unlikely. I mean, the photo of him with Elon Musk is clearly AI. As you can see, that is not Lee, in my opinion. So how is that true? How is that true? You're not even a billionaire, Lee, hun. You're not a billionaire. And we're going to find out soon why I stand strongly by my claims there, my beliefs. Yeah, Elon Musk. If someone can get Elon Musk to confirm or deny, that'd be great. But until then, we're going to go with it's probably bullshit. Alana also claims that Lee, who has previously claimed he's a billionaire friend of Elon Musk, would regularly lie about his business deals and how he was obtaining money. That's a good sign. That's a sign of a trustworthy, honest, genuine man, isn't it? Yeah. He told me he had a contract with the Royals and something to do with the US Treasury and Donald Trump, Alana told the podcast. She also claims another previous partner of Lee named Crystal was scammed by him financially. Alana suspects he was using her money to shower her with gifts. Alana said, I think he paid for our anniversary, our engagement through her money. I had a new car in the garage. We got a flat. He bought me my engagement ring. We got engaged at the Burj Al Arab and had this massive ceremony. I had no idea. Now when I speak about it, I'm like, God, it's amazing what manipulation and love bombing can do to you. Facts. When I look back, I think, how did I believe that? Still now I'm healing, but when I see what he's doing to Kate, I understand. When people say, how can't she see this? But I was the same. And that I fully agree with. When you're so involved and invested in a relationship that you are hoping and praying will go so well, you have a kind of tunnel vision. You're not aware of the things that are so obvious to other people. Speaking from experience, and love bombing just adds to that because you don't see, or you refuse to see, the bad in this person, in this man, and instead you're just seeing him as a wonderful human who is generous, and you kind of convert that into your mind as respect, and it isn't, it's just love bombing. But obviously people who do work it out often work it out too late, and that's why it's so important, in my opinion, to have the opinions of friends and family on relationships. Obviously, in some families, that isn't always the best thing to do, because a lot of the time you can have family and friends who just don't like your partner and will be biased. But I feel like if you are in a relationship and you're unsure of this person, if you do have someone who is unbiased and you are close to in your friendship group or family, then definitely speak to them about it, because it could save you a lot of heartache in the end. Alana goes on to say, even the filtered photos, the photos with Elon Musk and Kim Kardashian, he's ill. He's always wanted to be famous and be in the public eye. He's obsessed with Instagram. Everything I see reminds me of my own relationship with him. And I can't imagine how horrible and traumatic that must be for her. Because no doubt she is still trying to get over this man, Lee Andrews. She probably is still trying to get over him. I can't imagine their breakup was long before Lee and Kate got together, so it probably is really raw for her. And seeing non-stop publicity about this man that she's trying to get over cannot be easy. This is a bit of a side note, but just weeks after Katie and Lee got married, Katie was on Facebook posting a pregnancy test teaser, shall we call it. Feels weird to call it a teaser, but here we are. And as much as I love her, as much as I think she's a genuine, authentic woman, I don't agree with this part. I feel it was a way to kind of get people talking, like a publicity stunt. She posted this teaser to her Facebook page, followed by a message saying, basically, if you want to find out if she is or not, you've got to pay $2.99. Poor taste. If I'm completely honest, it's just really, really poor taste. Following this anyway, she later confirmed that she wasn't pregnant, but she would be in the future, which seems a bit hasty, seeing as she's only been with this man. At this point, she'd only been with him a few weeks, if that. I guess after all the things I'm about to go into, she won't be doing that anymore. So even after Lee's exes have, come forward and give details about their experiences, Katie is still publicly defending him. Again, that is something I just don't agree with. You, first of all, Katie, honey, you have not known him long enough to know who he is, who he truly is. So don't ignore what these women are saying about him, because they have had personal experiences with him for a longer time than Katie has known him. So February to March time is when people first started to refer to him as a con man. This is obviously due to the allegations from his ex-partners and the fact that he's posting AI generated photos of himself, which obviously is going to spark a bit of a in your head about him. During the back end of March and throughout April, it was very quiet in terms of news on the matter. I guess that was a time where everyone were kind of building their opinions about Lee and doing research into him and his exes, and things that have happened in the past, and things just weren't adding up even more because Katie was over here in the UK. Lee was still in Dubai and he wasn't coming over. He had no intention of coming over to be with his wife, who he was adamant he missed so much, and he just couldn't wait to see and hug her again and just be with his wonderful wife who he loves very much. Yeah. Instead of, you know, getting the quickest flight out of Dubai to the UK, he chose to stay in Dubai. The reason that he said he was staying in Dubai for the time being was because he had some business to attend to. I just don't know where this man... I don't know who this man thinks he is. Are you okay? It's not okay. It's definitely not okay. So, there were that whole issue of him not coming over to the UK because he had business to attend to. And then in May, on the 12th, he was due to make an appearance with his wife, Katie Price, on Good Morning Britain, which is a morning TV programme. It's like Good Morning America, maybe, or something like that. A news channel. So, about this, Lee was supposed to be getting on a flight to meet Katie to make this appearance on Good Morning Britain. Katie was phoning him, asking where he is. He sent her a message saying he's in the airport and he's on his way. All for this interview to go ahead without Lee being present. It was just Katie Price by herself, sat on that Good Morning Britain sofa, talking with everybody about her relationship with Lee without Lee. The star of the show, so to speak, not there. Missing. When Katie did this interview, he actually FaceTimed her, sent her a video, whatever it was, showing himself stood in the airport, saying that he was on his way to his wife and he was basically sorry for being late. Let's just look at that video because there's something not right, as always, with this man. I'm not going to make this a reintroduction too long, but just so you don't think I look like really different, weirdly different, I have left. I've just returned, okay? I finished that last video and the heat wave happened. So it's about a week later, but by the time I'd finished that last video, I had to go pick up my son from school, and then not long after, it was the start of the heat wave in the UK. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I cannot film anything. I cannot film a thing when it is that hot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to need to sort out some kind of air conditioning system. You know? So if I look different to the start of the video, please leave my eyebrows alone, by the way, because I know they need plucking, but I've been decorating, okay? Which to me is the priority right now. Anyway, getting back into this video. Before I show you this first one of Lee Andrews strutting his stuff around the airport, I am just going to give you a bit of background information. At the time that this video was taken, he was supposed to be on his way to the UK to do a TV appearance, a TV interview with his wife, Katie Price. But as we're about to find out, that didn't happen. Oh no. Let's continue.
Hello everyone. Yes, I'm at the airport and I'm flying to my wife, who did very well on Good Morning Britain today, and I'm on my way to her. I had a couple of things that I had to do last minute. I couldn't make the show. I was hoping to get on there over the Zoom link, but they just carried on with Kate, which she did really well and fantastic. So no one was detained. I don't know where that came from. There's obviously a lot of police, CID in the airport, cameras, everything. Definitely not a wanted man. Can't wait to get to my wife. I'm really looking forward to seeing you, Katie. I love you so much. I'm on my way to you. And yeah, sorry that I got delayed and I couldn't make the show, guys. It would have been great, but we'll get on the sofa soon. Anyway, I love you all. Keep it real, all of you. And don't listen to any noise. I'm definitely not someone who's been detained. Hello, everyone.
Keep it real, everyone. Please, that's my mate physically wants to be sick. The wife that you claim to love so much, but you couldn't even be asked to get to the UK to do an interview with her. You can't love her that much. Because in my opinion, in my head, if I was with somebody and we were supposed to be doing some kind of TV appearance and people already thought that I were a con man and something was way off about me, then yes, of course I'm going to take the extra steps to make sure that I'm there. Business things that I had, a few business things I needed to tie up. What business things, hun? Because we're yet to see this multi-million dollar, pound, whatever home that you live in. Not only that, we're still yet to see all these different things that you claim that you can do and that you have done. The only things we have seen are your AI photos, which, sir, please stop with that. It's not doing anything for you. You look at it, you know, yes, AI is fairly new, but it's insulting for you to put these AI photos up and truly believe in yourself that people are going to believe you. That's delulu. Like, you need to be sectioned, possibly, delulu. Of course, this is all my own opinion, but if I worked for the NHS, I would definitely reach out and see if he needs some kind of medical assistance. And something else that's so crazy to me, yet again with this man, is the fact that, yes, the idea about police are about, I'm not a wanted man. But as we are going to discover later in this video, he kind of is. Somebody wants him. I mean, he's made 95% of the UK population of women shrivel up and dry. But somebody might. Okay, clearly does. Now, if that video wasn't strange enough, people were quick to comment on this. People were saying he wasn't even allowed to leave Dubai. He's on a travel ban. He's, you know, being investigated for fraud, different, like, crimes, things like that. Everyone, on specifically on Katie's posts on Facebook, nobody believes that he couldn't make it to this interview. Everyone believes that he just done it on purpose. You don't want to be there. What can I do? Make something up. Which brings me on to the next video. This was a day later, on the 13th of May. It's a little bit weird. I'm going to say now it's a little bit weird. I love Katie, but girl. Let's watch it, of course. Let's have a look.
When I last heard from him, he FaceTimed me. He had a hood on and he said, I've just been captured, arrested or whatever. I can't remember the exact word he said, but he had ties around his hand, not handcuffs. And
ties around his hands, but he still managed to FaceTime. Bear that in mind. Weird.
Good. And he said, look, they're coming back for me. They're coming back for me. That is the last FaceTime call I had with him. And then his phone went dead at 10:03. So this is a really worrying time for me. 3 days, it'll be 4 days tomorrow. No contact, no one's had it, no one can find him anywhere. So yeah, I'm really worried. I just don't know what to do. The police are helping me in Dubai. So yeah, he's a missing person as of now. And it's worrying that the last call that I had with him, he had ties around his hand and a hood. And he was in a van, but the van looked like the windows were like white with like a mesh at the windows. It looked like an old dirty van. That's just the last contact I've had with him. And how I'm feeling at the moment, I'm feeling really deflated. It's the unknown. At the end of the day, it's my husband. What anyone ever says, this has happened. And it is happening. I don't know whether I need to fly to Dubai. I don't know what to do, because I've got all professionals in Dubai on the case and they're all saying the same. This is just really weird. When I last heard,
I have all the professionals in Dubai saying the same thing. This is really weird. Katie, honey, I love you, but please use your brain now. If you've got the professionals in Dubai saying it's very weird, then chances are it is probably something sinister, weird, unusual, not very likely, you know? Kinda like being kidnapped as a 40 whatever year old supposed billionaire, and you've been taken into the back of somebody's van, but they've tied your hands up but also allowed you to FaceTime your wife. Your wife, who is a public figure and will probably definitely have people that are helping her. Something's afoot. Something's not right. Something's a bit strange. In a nutshell, Lee, I think you're talking shit. Because what do you mean? What do you mean you've been, detained and they've tied your hands up, but you've still been allowed to video call your wife? That's... obviously, clearly, I am not a kidnapper. So I can't really I can't really tell you what kidnappers do, but I'm almost, a 1,000,000,000% positive that it isn't that, okay? I don't think their first priority would be making sure that you phone your wife, you know? The first priority, if they're going to kidnap a supposed billionaire, is probably taking your money, hon. So it seems Lee Andrews is a bit of a dreamer, is a bit of a fantasist, whatever the word is. He likes to pretend he's somebody that he really isn't. I am going to attach a little montage of his Instagram so you can see exactly the kind of person that he thinks he is. But fast forward to the 27th of May now. This is roughly a couple of weeks after Katie's video. On the 27th of May 2026, where was Lee Andrews found? Not in the back of some kidnapper's van. He was in prison. Al-Awir prison, specifically. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Your girl don't have time or patience or energy to be googling how to pronounce things. So, Lee Andrews was supposedly allowed a brief 2-minute phone call with Katie, just to let her know that he was safe, I guess, and not actually kidnapped by some strange men in the back of a white, rusty van. But this is where things get a little... Because Lee claims to Katie that he was arrested for espionage and acting as a spy. A spy of what, my dear? A spy of what? A spy? A spy? My God, you really are a man of many talents. So not only are you a billionaire with your multi-million-dollar pound, Dubai equivalent home, and you have all these different things going on in businesses and you're just doing really well. Not only are you doing all these things, but you've also got time to be a spy. No way. Teach me your secrets. How do you do it? Yeah, so Dubai authorities quickly debunked this by telling everybody that he has actually been arrested over a financial and civil matter, dispute, whatever. Not espionage. You're not a spy. This isn't Spy Kids. This isn't a film. This isn't a movie. This isn't a game. You are playing with people. Lee, all the time. Give it a rest. Go find something productive to do with your time. Go find a nice hobby to start. Yeah? Do some nice painting. Paint by numbers. That's a good way to start. Not lying about being kidnapped and then, you know, it being revealed that you've been arrested. Then saying that you've been arrested for espionage, when in reality, it's over a civil and financial matter. Now, why have you been arrested over a financial dispute? If you are a billionaire, surely that shouldn't even be a thing. Paid it, see ya. All you have to do is pay it. If you are a billionaire, you can afford that, surely. Or is it that you're not a billionaire? Oh dear. Another lie. Early June, which is only a few days later, Katie decides to fly out to Dubai and see if she can resolve this matter because she doesn't know what's going on. She's had this 2-minute brief conversation with her husband and obviously she's got no clarity, no kind of insight into what's going on. No real reason as to why he's been arrested. So, yeah. She flew out there. She flew out there to Dubai. And this was with the intentions of trying to resolve it with the police over there. Whatever this issue was. See if she could get him released, essentially. But of course, if you haven't already guessed, this didn't go well. On the 5th of June, she arrives back in the UK. She's not wearing a wedding ring. She's obviously giving the impression that they're not an item anymore, they're not married. Things aren't going well. She's making videos and going on her sister Sophie's podcast, saying that he's making her look a dickhead, basically. He's making himself look at it, and is basically a laughingstock and the most hated man in the UK, which probably, at the moment, is probably quite accurate. Maybe not hated, just laughed at. You're a fool, okay? You're a fool. So because Katie had returned to the UK without wearing her wedding ring, obviously, everybody who sees her is going to automatically assume that she's called it off. Marriage no more, divorce coming. But a lot of people are thinking this could be a publicity stunt. I'm not sure about it. I don't feel like she'd put herself through the emotional turmoil. But who am I? I don't really know. She could be. She could well be. It could all well be a publicity stunt. But let's give her the benefit of the doubt because she's been through a lot. I have a theory that Katie only went to Dubai because Lee was persistent. I think he had it in his head, let me try and get my wife over to pay the bail money, whatever it is, you know, pay them off so that I can be released. But this didn't go in your plan, did it, Lee? You didn't expect her to not pay it. But oh, looky here, she didn't. Across the 14th and 15th of June, Lee was released from Al Awir prison, Al Awir, after the legal matters were reportedly settled. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Because as we know, because she's made it public, Katie refused to pay the $140,000 bail money. And I am so glad that she did. I can't even put it into words properly. No man, okay? I can categorically tell you now, even if I was a billionaire, I would not be paying £140,000 to get a man out of prison that I know fuck all about, essentially, and that I've only been with a few months. If that makes me a bitch, so be it. No chance. Sorry. He's just dodgy. You know that. You know that. We know that. We all know that. So after his release, he has got back with Katie. They've got back together. You know, there's never-ending posts on Facebook about how they are perfect for each other. They are just so in love. They are meant to be. And now, everything seems to be fine. But it isn't. Because if we just skip forward a day to the 16th of June, this is when the most infamous video of Lee surfaced on the internet. And let's just have a look at that, because girl, I've got no words, honestly. I've got no words. It's not often that a video makes me feel this way, but I am shook, honey. Let's see.
Hi everyone, this is Lee. I've been missing now for several weeks. I can tell you I'm now safe and healthy and with my wife. I was taken close to the Qatar-Omani border by men with, well, at gunpoint, and then I was captured by men with assault rifles. They did slap me around a little bit, and I was hand-tied, shackled, and also with a hood over my head. From there, I was taken to a black site, and I had no use of my phone. And from what I know, it was an extended arm of the National Guard. And that's all I can reveal at the moment. I have signed disclaimers now with state security. And from there, I was put into the system. At one point, at no point, have I faced anything to do with fraud allegations or any criminal activity as such. So I'm sending these messages out to my loved ones and my beautiful wife, who, without her help, involving all the UK authorities, I don't think I would have got out of that situation. Because of the tensions and things happening in the region, and me being so close to the border, this is why I was suspected of espionage and held in a state security building without the use of a telephone and any rights to shower, contact, or speak to any of my family, including the embassy or my wife. So thank you to Katie for making such a noise where the UAE actually listened and let me go. From there, I did have a civil case in Dubai, which led to me going into the mainstream prison during the Arabic holidays Eid. And I was able to secure my release, and I'm here now. So thank you for everyone for listening, and loved blessings to everyone.
Love and blessings to everyone. Honey, I think you're going to need them more than us. I just don't know where this man gets off lying like that, you know? Lying straight to his face. Bollocks, really, innit? Because he just has some kind of ego. He comes across like he believes he is superior. Straight away, just superior. Better than everyone else. I can say anything and these dickheads are going to believe it. That is exactly the impression I'm getting from him as a man. Ugh. Ugh. Just disgusting. My beautiful wife Katie. Even the way he talks I can't stand. That's probably because he's a dickhead, and I'm not fond of him, clearly. So anything he does, eats, sleeps, breathes, talks, moves, is going to annoy me naturally. But what do you mean, Lee? What do you mean, hun? So supposedly he was just looking suspicious and that's why he got arrested. Is that what he's trying to say there? They thought he were a spy because he was being dodgy around the border, so he got arrested and taken to a black site where they then took his phone off him. So I presume he phoned Katie before he got to this site, because if they took the phone off him, how has he phoned Katie? If they've tied him up at straight away, again, how has he FaceTimed Katie? If the police, the authorities, whoever, suspect you of something like that, I don't think you're going to be allowed to use your phone, hun. I have been arrested once in my life, when I was younger, and I can tell you straight away, the first thing they do is take everything off you. Keys, phone, purse, it could be a pen in your pocket. They will take it all off you and put it in a bag for when you're done doing whatever you're doing, being arrested, going through the process. So that's a little strange to me, I will admit. But if it isn't clear already, everything to do with Lee Andrews is mind-blowingly, stupidly ridiculous to me. And I love Katie. I think she's a fantastic mum to Harvey specifically. But she is annoying me with this. I will be honest, she's annoying me with this. You know that you need to be doing better as a parent. Your priority needs to be your son. The one that needs round-the-clock care. Yes, your other children as well. But why does she feel the need to put men before her children? That is an issue. That is something I do not ever agree with. Don't ever put a man before your children. Don't put anything or anybody before your children. There is nothing more important in the world than your kids. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I will have and believe that until I die. But it's almost like she's been love bombed so much by him that she's got tunnel vision on who he could be or who he's portraying himself to be, and she's not seeing the red flags. She's not seeing the way he actually is, which is common in a lot of these kind of relationships. Toxic, abusive, you know, all that, those kind of relationships. His exes have already come out and said that he was nasty, narcissistic, constantly making these lies up, and they're so outlandish as well. Why lie to that extent? You know, I get a white lie every now and then. Parents do it a lot. You know, if you've got a child, you will know. We do it now and then, a little white lie. But to lie to this extent, say you're a billionaire when you're not, because clearly, if you were a billionaire, you would have been able to pay that £140,000 bail all by your big self. There would have been no need for you to basically ask your wife to do it for you. Your wife of 4 months to do it for you. That's weird. That's not the actions of a billionaire in my opinion, but what do I know? I'm not a billionaire. I just think it's all so sinister. But what's even more sinister is his hair. What is going on there? Honey, hold on a second. Just let's rewind this a little bit. Because you got kidnapped, taken in a van somewhere, you got tied up, you got your phone taken off you, you were only allowed a brief 2-minute phone call once you'd got to the Alana prison. Where in all of this did they take you to a fucking salon to have your hair reattached? To have a wig installed, a toupee? Where does that fit in your timeline? What part of the day did that happen? Because you've come back with this video that we've just watched, and you've got a full head of hair. A full head of hair. You definitely didn't have that before. In fact, let's compare the photos. Before, after. Now isn't that strange? Now isn't that strange? Arrested for espionage, in your words, for being a spy, and the authorities' priority is to make sure you've got a full head of hair. Oh yeah, I believe that, yeah. Because, you know, naturally, the first thought that the authorities have would be to make sure that you look presentable and you've got the full head of hair that you'd always dreamed of. That's 100% top of their priority list. Never mind espionage. Never mind possibly being a spy, doing dodgy shit. Never mind interviewing you for this or interrogating you, whichever they prefer. They've straight just taken you to go have your hair installed. I must admit, being arrested in Dubai sounds a bit of a party, honey. Now we're just fast forwarding to a few days ago, so it will be around a week when this video is posted. But Katie Price's cats went missing. This is at her home. I think she lives somewhere around Brighton or in Brighton in the UK. So she had 2 cats, have gone missing. What does she do? What does she do? This is another thing that I don't agree with it, as much as I love it. And I think she's just a pure, funny soul. This is something else that she's done that I just don't agree with. Yes, she will be still worried about her cats, but she is in Dubai. I don't know whether she was in Dubai when her cats went missing. But regardless, right now she's in Dubai. What does she do whilst her cats are missing at home in the UK? Let's watch.
Just like we signed for our marriage, we signed for our baby.
Co-owners of this little baby boy.
Because we've got no kids, but this is our little boy.
Babes needs to sign. Can't we sign
And this is our baby boy.
We are in the pet zone and we've just bought our little baby.
Let's go and find him. Quick, show him.
One more signature. I'll sort it. So,
In that video, Katie were heard saying, we don't have any kids, but this is our baby boy. Katie, you do have kids, hun. No, you don't have them with Lee, but you do have kids. You also have 2 cats that are missing that you should be going back and looking for. And then doing whatever you can to make sure that they don't escape again or don't go missing again. So, to get a dog and bring it into your home when your cats have gone missing, your cats are going to come back and be like, what the fuck, what the actual shit is this? And see you later again. Probably. That is not the actions of a responsible pet owner. You don't do that. I get she's very impulsive. I'm impulsive. I make bad decisions a lot of the time when it comes to purchasing things, but just have a bit more self-preservation. Just think about what you're doing a little more before you're doing it, please. It just annoys me because Katie is somebody that I like to watch. I think she's funny. I think she's a pure soul, like I've said. I think she's very genuine. And to see her doing something stupid like that is just irritating. As much as I know we all go through different things and we all make bad decisions in some way or another, it's very irritating to just watch. Especially knowing that, of course, 2 of her cats are missing in the UK currently. So this is the dog that Lee and Katie have adopted, bought, you know, whatever. Cost her £2,000. Let's just say, I can imagine that was Katie buying that, not Lee. Because he wouldn't even pay $140,000 to release himself from prison. So I don't think he's going to spend $2,000 on a dog. Just my opinion. Here is a video of the dog that they have just adopted, just in case you're wondering.
So guys, you've got to see this little... Guess what?
Oh, look at him!
We're going to do the reveal.
Oh.
This is our baby.
Yay!
Look at that.
Come on then, I'm coming for you.
And he is part owned by this one.
Me? Where's our little baby?
Here's our baby.
Hey!
Look at this.
You're gonna play with Rookie.
And we are... So, we're not going to reveal... Look at this little baby. Oh, I didn't see him.
Oh, I love him.
Oh, cute of the cute.
Oh my god, look at his new.
But this is our new baby boy. And we're not going to reveal the name yet, right? Because we've
Not gonna further know, but he's gonna love my Rookie.
That video was so annoying to me. I'm so sorry. It was so annoying to me though, because Lee is obsessed with himself. He loves himself so much. The camera always has to be on him. Always. You're filming your dog. We want to see your dog. We don't want to see camera pointing to your face. Are you mad? I can't actually explain to you the pure hatred I have for this man. He is so self-obsessed and narcissistic, and oh, I'm the best. I'm doing everything right. No one's gonna see through my bullshit. No, everybody does, hun. Like Katie said a few weeks ago, you're the most hated man in the UK. I'm sorry, it just really, it boils my blood. He boils it. Who needs a heat wave? Just show me a picture of Lee. That's all you need to do. You want to get me hot? You want to get me bothered? Just show me a picture of Lee Andrews. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. Please don't though, because I've seen far too much against my will too. I follow Katie for Katie. I don't follow her for anything to do with Lee. I don't want to see another single damn photo of that man. I know I've just done a whole video about him and that's probably what's adding to my hatred for him now, but I just think, why do you always need to turn the camera on yourself? In fact, I am going to do another video and it's just going to be, it's going to be a big one, because the amount of videos that stress me out when it comes to that man is unbelievable. They couldn't possibly all have fit in today's video, which is why I want to make a separate one. You don't have to watch the one that I'm going to make coming up. It's probably going to be a bit bitchy. A little more bitchy than it is today. But I just, you know, if he wants the publicity, let's give him the publicity. If he wants to be all over the internet, let's put him all over the internet. Yes, I'm only one tiny channel, but the more the better. Yeah. I'm I just think he needs to piss off, really. If I'm honest. I can't stand the man. He's full of shit, okay? And I don't want it to seem like I'm bullying him unnecessarily or something like that, but he just really is a dick, innit? That's enough about Lee for today, because I can already feel myself getting hotter with furiosity. So as I said, I'm going to do a video about him. I'm going to do like a little montage of videos and explain to you what is wrong with each one. We can have a look at his stupidity together and his self-obsessed behaviour, and just the camera needs to be on me at all times. It doesn't. We're sick of seeing you. Okay? Okay, thank you. So, as I've said, that's all for today's video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if this channel is your vibe. Love you. Bye!